How's it going? In this video, I'll demonstrate Stubber, which is a blockchain application I've written in order to manage ticket sales for events and to help mitigate scalping. So to start with, you can navigate to stubber.space, which is hosted on GitHub Pages under the GitHub repo for this project. As you can see, I've got a number of events already set up that I've basically pre-inserted into this smart contract. Now let's go ahead and make a purchase on one of these events. So we'll start by buying a ticket for Vance Joy, for example. I've currently set myself up on Ropsten. That's where this contract is actually hosted. As you can see, it's telling me this ticket's going to cost $120 which is the equivalent of 0.2077 Ether. So we'll purchase that ticket. And if we're quick enough, if we go over to the contract page and refresh it, we should see that this transaction is now pending, so we can click it and view the details of it. And that transaction has already gone through. So if we go back over to Stubber, we should see that we now have a ticket sale for Vance Joy. Now, also, if we scroll down to the list of our tickets, we get some details regarding the ticket number. And that number right there refers to the index, the identifier of the ERC 721 token, as each of these tickets is unique and is ERC 721 compliant. So on top of this, you can also click the, I'll open location up in a new tab, and what it will do is so that should bring up the location of our event. And not only that, but we can see how much we paid for the ticket. So if we want to transfer this token, the amount paid for this ticket is also transferred with it, as it means that the person who's receiving the ticket knows how much the scalper originally paid for it. You can also click the artist address, which will bring up the page of the person who bought this token. In my case, it's me. And what this allows you to do is basically see that the artist who's hosting the event is in fact the artist outlined here. Cool. And finally, what we're going to do is we're going to add a new event. So say I'm the event coordinator. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new event for a Mariah Carey concert. So I'm going to copy in these details here. And now I actually grab some of this data from an actual ticketing site. So it is legitimately when a concert is occurring for Mariah Carey and the pricing. Now sales limit just refers to how many tickets we're able to sell for an event. Once we punch in this data, we'll just click create new event. And we'll be told to pay the transaction fee in order to create this event. We'll do that. And sort of same deal, if we go back to the contract page, we should see that that transaction is pending. And down the bottom here, we can see that the data fields are encoded. That transaction is successful. Now if we go back to our main page, we should see that Mariah Carey concert is now available. Again, you can click the location tab here. We'll actually buy a ticket to this concert now while we're at it. Not cheap. Now we can also jump back over into Remix, and what we'll do is we'll load in the contract's address and we'll view at the address the various functions we can use. Let's check the total supply. We can see we've got 1 in circulation. In a second we'll probably have 2 because that's the ticket we're purchasing for the Mariah Carey concert. See if that's updated. It has. We now have our ticket for Mariah Carey. We can see that we've got a second index ticket here. So let's jump back over to Remix and click total supply again. We should see that we now have 2 total supply. Maybe we want to get the details of this ticket. So let's go to get ticket, we'll do ticket 1. And we can see that the event ID is linked within the ticket because that's how I've set this contract up. The ticket links to an event. And then the ticket can use the event's ID to get the data on that event. And that's the price in way of the actual ticket itself. Now finally, we want to be able to withdraw the balance that is basically paid. So say that we've completed the event and we want to be able to take the balance out. Now right now that balance is actually stored within the contract. However, the balance is referenced to the artist's ID for an event. So for example, if we go get event, I think event 5 we might have to do. Yep, so in event 5 we can see that the artist's address here is actually in fact my ID. We can see there's 1 ticket sale here. So let's go ahead and actually withdraw the funds for the event I'm using my own account, so I'll be able to do this. And I'll just use Remix's front end to do this. So we'll withdraw the balance of the event. So we're going to withdraw the balance of event 5. We'll put through that transaction. Now the transaction has gone through. So if we go back to the contract, we should see that the value for that particular event, not all the events, as we made transactions on both events, but the value of the Mariah Carey concert, i.e. that value there, was transferred back to basically my wallet. So we'll jump over here and we should see that the value has come back to me. Internal transaction 1 minute ago. So that has put the value back into my wallet. So that pretty much summarizes everything that Stubber currently does. Thanks very much for your consideration, and I'd love to have more people get involved and help me build this thing out. So I'll see you later.